the places I go, the thoughts I think, how I treat my husband. I've been married for 22 years. How I treat my husband, how I treat my children, how I treat my church family, how I treat where I spend most of my day, which is at work. Most of us spend most of our lives at work. How do I treat those people around me? Is it for His glory? Am I magnifying Christ? Am I lifting Him up in my conversation, in what I'm laughing at in jokes? Is He being exalted? Because the work He has done must speak for Him. That's right. Amen? Amen. Amen. So, y'all know the story about Joseph, right? Joseph's brothers was jealous with him. And Joseph was probably a little bit, I got my coat, what do you want, blah, 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 daddy loved me. And eventually Joseph's brothers decided to put him in a pit, and we have a little bit of water in it. And then he was eventually sold as a slave to Potiphar. And at Potiphar's house, his wife tried to get Joseph to do some stuff. And Joseph said, I cannot do this wicked thing against God and against his master Potiphar. That was a moment for Joseph to do what he wanted to do, in a sense of perhaps getting freedom. Because if he had said yes to Potiphar's wife, he may have gotten some freedom. But he chose to glorify God. And in the midst of him giving God the glory with his life, with his choice, he was placed in prison. Is that correct? Yeah. And even in prison, he chose to glorify God. My question is, the circumstances or situation you find yourself in, who are you glorifying? Who are you magnifying? Are you magnifying the situation? Are you magnifying the hurt and who did this and who said this about me and what my husband did, what my husband didn't do, what my wife did, what my wife haven't done? Or are you saying, God, in the midst of it, I still choose to show love. I still choose to make dinner, even though I really don't want to make it. I still choose to wash the clothes. I still choose to honor God with my body. For those who out there who may be single, I still choose. Who are you glorifying? Who are you glorifying? Who are you created for? The Word of God says you are a workmanship created in Christ Jesus. A workmanship created in Christ Jesus. The Word of God says, let your light so shine before man that they may see your good works and glorify God, your heavenly Father. Yeah. So the works that need to speak for Him, how are you working it? Yeah. How are you working it? In those tough situations, Jesus, friend of Lazarus, Lazarus is sick and his sister sent word to Jesus that the one that you love is sick. And then Jesus' response is that God can be glorified. Are you kidding me? This is your friend. Yeah. And I expect Jesus, who have done some healing, to just come quickly and touch. Lazarus ended up going what? Dying. Yeah. But Jesus had already testified, he had already prophesied that it's for God's glory. And in fact, he said, and it's not, this sickness is not unto death. Right. But what happened to Lazarus? He died. What's going on in the situation in your life? It seems like, God, I've been believing you, I've been trusting you for something, and it seems like it's a dead situation. But God said, this is the opportunity for you to allow me to be glorified. But it all depends on your reaction, on your response, on your attitude. Is your attitude full of faith that, God, I will still praise you, even though I don't feel good, even though my husband is acting up, even though my children are acting up? Do I still choose to speak life? Because life and death is in the power of the tongue, and you will eat the fruits thereof. So in your circumstance and situation, if you keep confessing death, if you keep confessing the works, it's all you're saying, because that's what you're saying. Well, that's right. All right. Let's choose to glorify God in our words. Our words, right? And the Word of God says the love covers a multitude of sin. Yeah, that's right. And that sister or that brother or that individual that really hurt you. And there's usually people that are really close to you. I'm not telling you anything that you don't already know. But what is your response? Does God take the glory? Or does flesh take the glory? So we need to put a searchlight within ourselves. To say, God, I want you to be glorified. I want you to be exalted. I know it's painful. I know it's hurtful. But God, I choose to lift you up. The psalmist said, I will bless the Lord at all times. At all times. All times don't mean sometimes. It means good time, bad time, in the valley, on top of the mountain, in those times when the bills can't be paid, in those times when the lights are cut up, all times, in the times when I feel pain in my body, I will bless the Lord at all times. And his praise shall continuously, never ending be on my lips. All times. So when I choose to speak the negative, because my flesh is saying, speak the negative. God, I bless you. In this circumstance, in this situation, I choose to lift you up. I choose to magnify you. I choose to glorify you. I choose to exalt you. Flesh doesn't feel this way right now. Yes, Lord, I'm crying. You know my heart. You know the secret pain of my desires. But God, I choose to bless you. I so choose to exalt you. We do that. When we do that, God is saying, oh, that is my child. That is my child. Because Jesus on the cross, so nailed, beaten, bleeding, naked, so said, Father, I forgive them. So said it. He didn't speak negatively. In the midst of what Jesus so said, Father, into your sacramental spirit. He still said it. Oh my God. Oh my God. What an example. Flesh, you keep in flesh, felt our pain, the same pain that we'll feel. Rejection, he was rejected. Sometimes in our family, we have family members that reject us. That don't see the value that is in us. But God sees, he said, I have made you, I formed you. I have redeemed you. I have called you by your name, and you are mine. So if you feel that family members don't care about you, God said, you are mine. You belong to me. I will cover you. I will protect you. I will make a way where there seems to be no way. But the thing is, you still have to trust me. You still have to glorify me. You still have to agree with me. And agreeing with me, that means you're calling those things that be not as though they are. Because if it's bad and your naked eyes see bad, but through the eyes of faith you see good. Amen? Amen. So I just want, I don't like to talk a lot. I just want you to know that the glory that God desires is glory to do his word, to walk in obedience. Because the word of God says that heavens declare the glory of God and the skies proclaims the works of his hands. The firmament, the universe declares God's glory. The lightning and the thunder declares God's glory. All of those things declare God's glory. But he said, I created you for my glory. So as the universe and the firmament and creation declares God's glory, as Mount Nebo Baptist Church, as an individual, as a family, as a wife, a daughter, a sister, an auntie, a cousin, a co-worker, as a man of God, as a woman of God, you too glorify. Because there's coming a time, there's coming a day, people will say, Lord, I did this in your name, and I did that in your name, and he will say, depart from me. You work of iniquity, I know you not. So I just want to encourage you. As I'm speaking this to you, I'm speaking also to myself. To say, God, help me to bring glory to your name, to lift you up. And as a little child would sing, this little light of mine, I'm going to light and shine. You know, I'm not going to hide it. Because when you go through the marketplaces of life, like to your work and stuff like that, you are the light because Christ is in you. And we are supposed to make an impact. We are supposed to encourage that co-worker, even if they're nasty towards us. We have to respond with the love of Christ, because the love of Christ conquers. The love of Christ does not keep any record. The love of Christ does not boast. The love of Christ is not negative. In the midst of it, for God so loved the world that he gave. So we also give. We are like Christ because we're made in his image and in his likeness. My voice is hoarse, so I'm not going to sing, but I'm going to say the song. And this song, I believe we've heard it before.
Oh, yeah.
It is said, for your glory,
For your glory.
I will do anything. Remember, I will bless the Lord at
all time.
For your glory, I will do
anything.
So those things you don't want to do, that you're supposed to do, show an act of kindness and an act of love. Those things you, gosh, I don't want to do this. Like, I don't want to get on my ass nerves. I don't want to do this. But that's the time, at all times, and for your glory, I will do anything. So when you feel it at that moment, the Holy Spirit will remind you. Remember, you said, for your glory, we sing the song, I will do anything. Just to see you, to behold you as my King. The word of God said, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. In Jesus' name. Amen. Father, I thank you for your word. I pray, oh Lord, that it's ministered to someone, that it's touched someone, that it's inspired someone, oh God. I pray, Lord, that your word will take roots, oh God, that it will grow, it will germinate in the name of Jesus. I thank you, oh God, for your word says, oh God, every word that is spoken, oh God, every word that is spoken, every word that is spoken shall not fall without nothing, oh God. It shall accomplish all you have sent it out to do. So Lord, all that you have this word to do in Isaiah chapter 43 verse 7, that we are created for your glory, oh God. And we glorify you in our lives. In Jesus' name we pray.